The reason for this special topic is the various animations that appear on the internet depicting in a very clear and characteristic way, clearly leaving no doubt about what they show, that the lungs of a free diver are continuously compressed in volume as he descends to greater depths. The problem with these animations is that they show the lungs continuing to compress after 30 to 40 meters of depth, reaching even 100 meters, with their volume decreasing to 1/11th of normal. This view is not only a huge mistake, but also shows complete ignorance of the diving reflex and any knowledge of physiology and medicine. In other words, even if the diving reflex is a discovery of the last 80 years, and some cannot understand it, medicine has known for thousands of years that the human lung cannot withstand being compressed above 1/4 of its vital capacity, which in free diving occurs at a depth of 30 to 40 meters. This is why the doctors of the Italian Navy in 1913 did not believe the story in the ship diary of the battleship Regina Margherita that Stathis Hatsis had repeatedly dived to 88 meters without his lungs being crushed after a depth of 30 to 40 meters. After the discovery of the diving reflex during 1950, the mystery of the human lung's resistance to pressures below 40 meters of depth was finally explained. It was found that peripheral vasoconstriction occurs in the body, and the excess blood is concentrated intrathoracically in the alveoli of the lungs, the blood shift. That is, the blood vessels surrounding the alveoli swell with blood, while the alveoli, like small bubbles of air, are compressed according to the depth. However, the lung eventually fills with a quantity of blood, about 1.5 liters, after 30 meters and becomes incompressible, like a bottle filled with liquid. The air inside the lung is compressed normally, but now the tiny bubbles, the alveoli, function like balls of blood and are no longer compressed after 30 to 40 meters. In other words, the diving reflex turns the diver's lungs into a stone, which is why it is also called pulmonary erection, after 30 meters, allowing the human body to continue to descend at any desired depth in terms of pressure. We know that the phenomenon is also accompanied by reflex bradycardia, where the heart participates and facilitates the process by dramatically reducing both its rate and the strength of its pulse. The relaxation of the heart leaves the blood concentrated in the center of the body and offers heat economy and a huge amount of arterial blood, rich in oxygen to the vital organs, and of course, cerebral calmness from the bradycardia, increasing apnea. So, to clarify the issue of lung compression, in free diving, we have lung compression up to 30 to 40 meters, with simultaneous intrathoracic hemoconcentration, the blood shift, and from there and below the lung is impossible to get more compressed, as it is inflated now with blood instead of air. The existing air in the lungs is just compressed to an increasingly smaller volume and is lost inside the alveoli. Dives to record depths, such as Herbert Nitsch's at 212 and 250 meters, have proven in practice that up to these extreme depths, there is no endurance problem for the lungs in freediving.